Hello, I'm here from the future to basically say that when I recorded this whole tour thing, I didn't have my audio on, so you can't hear a single thing from the game because I'm stupid and I can't be bothered to re-record all of that. So here is a compendium of some Minecraft worlds that I've played on in the last few years. Hope you enjoy. Um, yeah, bye. Hello, welcome to the fucking I don't know Minecraft realm bonanza. I haven't actually set up any of this yet. Let's just do that. Bear with me. Okay, we're back. This is the first little realm we have. I'm actually going to following last Wednesday night dinner. Um, I'm going to turn down my field of view because some of you weren't a big fan of that. Anyway, this is my room in my house. We've got White Monster, we've got Rook, and we've got Dexter, and also Poog_4. I'm going to sleep, and then we're gonna have a nice little tour of the first realm. It's called Scrottsville. Don't ask. Oh, it's still daytime. Time set day. There we go. Fantastic. So this is my gaff. It's pretty lackluster. I've got a little dining table here, painting. We chicken on a kitchen, sort of ordeal. Up the stairs, we've got fuck all other than 5 cats. This one looks like Dash. We've got the nice little viewing area of the land. This was where we used to do our potions and shit, but we moved all of that. Um, yeah, so that's my house. We've got my back garden here. Um, we pond with some fish of the salmon variety, and the spooky nether portal room through here with some lava down there. Yeah, so that's that. But if we come around here, we've got a nice little garden, very makeshift little place. A nice little hot tub with no bubbles, very nice. But this is my porch, as you can see here. This is where I sit and smoke proverbial Minecraft cigarettes because you can't do that, and I think they should let you do that. This is the workshop, or this was the workshop. We actually got rid of it, and there was a little lectern here. There is a zombie somewhere. I'm not dealing with that. There was a lectern here with a little to-do list of all the things we wanted to do around the place. And then this was like the entrance into it, where all the chests were on shelves and such. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We also had a staircase up as well, but I blocked it off because I was going to do something with this room, but I never did. So yeah, that's my house. We've got we've got Lex's abode. So this is where Lex used to live. Used to live. We don't play on this realm anymore. She had a little map of the area, some dogs, so many dogs. And then down here was also, oh, these are still here. We had some secret underground tunnels which we don't use. But yeah, that's where they led to. So yeah, that's Lex's house. As you can see, this is our friend Lily's house. Yeah, it's very cramped. She's got Michael. Uh, so yeah, and then you go up. There's Fred, and she's got some things going on in there. Random storage. Stupid the parrot. He was just called that. And Sam. There's also happy ghast up here, I guess. This ridiculously long bridge that Lily, quote unquote, got really high and decided to make a bridge. Oh, it looks like it burnt a bit. I can only assume from thunderstorms. But yeah, this then led to another little tower here that you could go back down and look further into the realm. That was a chicken. Go figure. We had a nice little Zen garden with koi. It's just salmon. With a little bridge and a lovely Tory gate as well. A fucked up jungle treehouse that we're not going to go through. And then just down here we've got a frog. Yeah, pretty cool. Then following that, we also set up these special things that launch you into the air so you could use your elytra. Whee! And then you can glide around. So we'll come back down here and get to these steps and meet the lovely animals who were all, I'd say, cooped up, but they had pretty decent space, maybe bar the cows, and another pond with some more salmon. Yeah. Sugarcane, as always, we love sugarcane. Get that paper, get them books. And we have some maps here of the land. I'm just gonna fuck these off real quick. Lovely. So this was the map of the land, as you can see. So we're currently right here. That's the animals, that's the tower, the house, Lex's house, so on and so forth. And we've got quite a bit to have a little look at. So we'll crack on as normal. This is a village. We will go there later. We had an automatic sugarcane farm. It doesn't really work very well, but it was there. It existed. Then I guess just down here we've got some more animals. Lex's friend Ebbs had a fox hutch, and here they are all asleep in their den with the berries. Very nice, very, very cozy. Sweet little target practice area. Can't go wrong with that. And up here we have the graveyard for our animals that have passed away. This was a fox that was in the fox pen and got shot by a skeleton by accident and died. So that's in there. We had a cat. It was Ebbs's first black cat. Ran into her fireplace and sizzled away, as I've put it here very caringly. And then this was Gargoyle the horse, who suffocated in the racetracks. And that's why we should ban horse racing, because horses are suffocating in the ground. It's a real issue. Anyway, as you can see, we've got a lovely little sign there, says Scrottville. We'll get a little bit closer to that in a second. I have to check the screen to see if you guys can actually see what I'm seeing. And then here, frogs. Couple of three or four. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frogs. Wow. Yeah. So that's the frogs. Here, this was my magnum opus. I never finished because I'm a tormented artist. This here is the minecart system that plonks out a little railway, and then let me take my oh my god, I have so much shit in here. Take my shield out. There we go. So we are underwater currently, as you can see. It's very nice. I had little soul lanterns lighting up the way as well. And then you come whizzing all the way back up, and it actually loops you back round to my house. So we'll have a little look-see here. We've got the crops and Mossman. Hail to Mossman, praise be, so on and so forth. You know what I mean. Yeah, so this is the farm. And then we just had a bone mealinator. So you'd put your beetroot and seeds in, because no one fucking likes beetroot. And it would come out with bone meal. It's obviously been taken. We had a little tiny mushroom growing spot here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we're back at the house, and I've just realised we never actually went to Ebbs's house, which I think. Oh my god, she got rid of it. There was a house here, I promise you. It was, yeah. What the fuck? Okay, so there's no house, which is fine. So we'll just carry on looking around elsewhere. This, I don't know. You'll notice a lot of things built here were just for shits and fucking gigs. We've got some plants and so on. We've got a beacon. It's what's giving me the swiftness, so I can run around a little bit faster. And it's very expensive. It's solid iron and some gold in there as well. This was just a little house that was built for whoever wanted it, really. I don't think anyone moved in other than Liam. And we all know what happened there, so we'll move on from that. So coming down here, we have the stables, the first built stables with all of our horses. There's Frankel, there's Derek. I think Derek. That's not Derek. I think our horses have been okay. They've been moved. Bandit was here. Kimchi was there. Chimkin was there. Phantom is here, and Herman, my skeleton horse, is here, as well as Roach, the horse. We then had a little donkey spot here with a pink sheep that we found and decided to keep cooped up here. So yeah, that's the stables, which then comes alongside with this lovely contraption of horse racing, which is very bad. Shouldn't do it, but it's okay because I made a cool contraption that gives you a countdown when you flick this lever. And then you go off, and as you can see, it's a very, very wide track, so you can get all horses side by side running along through the cherry blossoms and such. And there's also a big, horrifying pit that's filled with water, so the horses don't actually die. And then you jump across, and that is the end. And then I will just flick this off and close that down. So that's pretty much everything round near the houses. Oh, no, hold on. We have one more spot. This is the cattery, whatever it's called. It is called the cattery, isn't it? Yep, Scrotville Cattery, which had cats and many cat-related objects inside. Upstairs had nothing, and there was just a little balcony here, which I thought was quite sweet, but would let cats walk across the balcony and probably jump off if they wanted to. So with that, we've also got the cat that was laying on top. It looked really cool until it got struck by lightning, and yeah, now it's gone. So yeah, but it was really cool. Imagine a cat laying on top of the roof here with its tail sort of hooked around the building. It's very nice, very cool. There was also a little viewing spot here that takes us to view the cat, which obviously is a bit fucked up now because it is mangled. So with that, we've got my back garden again. We've just got a little secret spot down here with lots of vines and such. But if I just do this, time set night. Oh, that didn't work. Set midnight. Ta-da! We have a secret garden with Florence the cow. I named this because I asked Jade if you had a cow, what would you call it? And she said Florence. So aptly named Florence the cow. We had a little campfire, which you can light with a sword with fire aspect on, and that will let the smoke come up. We try to keep this sort of out of view, though, so we always get rid of the smoke after that. So it's now nighttime in Scrotsville, and we are just coming along by the what is this called? Yeah, so we will just come back around here. It's raining again, so I'm just going to clear that because it's pissing me off. Okay, so the rain is gone. We now have a closer view of the Scottville sign, which I think looks very lovely. I built it myself, so of course. With that, you've then got just up this lovely set of stairs, which I really can't be bothered to walk up. Which then takes you to this lovely little building, which is where we celebrated day 2000. There's some half-eaten cake, the dragon egg, and a lovely big painting with some jukeboxes for music and a cool little platform to watch the whole of Scottsville. So as you can see, we've been all the way over here looking along the mountainside and such. We haven't gone to this little island yet, and then we've got some more over here, as well as a few more things. So I will continue. So just coming round the back of this building, there is a tunnel, which is, as you can see, to an unfinished building with some horrifying noises. This is the lovely, fantastic sheep automated wool farm. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. This is what this was going to be, but I never built it, so shame on me, and I should die. Anyway, coming down here, we have the lovely honeycomb that's strapped down because I don't know, I thought it looked cool. We've got a little beekeeper suit and some shears and honeycomb here, and I dyed some water orange just to make it look like there's some honey in the barrel with some blocks, with a little bridge and a crane, as you can see, a lovely crane which takes you into the bee room with lots of bees all gathered round here. There's campfires so they don't attack you, so you can collect all of their lovely honey and honeycomb with a sort of black stained window so you can look out to make it look like you can come out, but obviously you can't. And then, yeah, that's the beehive. There is a bee that has escaped. Let's move on. So I've just come down from these stairs and I'm just going to pop along back to the little railway stop. And you're probably wondering, what's in there, Yas? I can't tell you right now, so hold your horses. So we can come down this lovely set of stairs across this bridge and so on. You can see the railway track under there. And we come along to this island that was just in the lake nearby. It's got a cool little watchtower, so you can sort of look out and beyond. Quite a few of these sort of dotted around, just so you can see everything. But the main reason of what we did here was we built a fantastic hole that goes all the way down to Y minus 56. Wow, we actually went all the way down. I don't remember doing that, but I guess we did. And we also have some lovely water elevators that push you all the way back up to the top, so you don't have to climb the ladders. They're just there for you to select what floor you want to start mining from, as you can see. So yeah, that's the hole. It then brings us down to the little fisherman's hut. This was just something I wanted to build because I was quite bored and thought, yeah, it'd be cool to have a fisherman's hut just on the river here with some little spots that you can fish on. There's a ominous sound coming from underneath. We have what's called a conduit. Now this lets you breathe underwater, and it deals damages to mobs that get anywhere near it. Underwater mobs like drowned and such. So yeah, lets you see underwater, lets you mine quicker, and lets you breathe infinitely. So we had that just under the fishing spot, and aptly while I was building this fantastic railway. So just at the end of the island, we have the random little hut with some hay bales. But that's pretty much everything on this island. We'll pop over there in just a moment. But it's time for one of the big reveals, my favourite part of this realm because I built it. So I will meet you back at the railway stop. So we are back at the railway. and then you have this cheeky little room that's not best um, decorated, to say the least. But yes, this is it. I think it got blown up by a creeper, hence we never replaced the wood. But if you just come down here, down this little water elevator, we come into my favorite. I need to sort of look away here. My favorite part. We have two dragon eggs. Let's not discuss that. It's legitimate. It's a bug. But this was all done in survival, I must say. But this is the warehouse which took over from the workshop when I decided we need more fucking space. As you can see, there are so many chests. We have allays flying around doing sweet fuck all. My game is now lagging. There we go. But yes, there's the allays. And then just over on this side, we have more chests under and above, as you can see, with our lovely potion area here. Um, we also have all of our cooking and smelting such things going on. And we have some secret, well, they were secret. These were behind paintings and such, but we got rid of them. We have some secret little rooms, such as the Scrotsville Secret Aquarium, where all the fish seem to stay directly at the bottom. Don't ask, I don't know either. And then back here we have the secret library with a cat, and it was here since day 1073. This was just to give a little bit of context. This was in January last year. I was away in Wales with my lovely lady Jade, and I said, please, can you guys do some productive things while I'm away? I don't want to come back after a week and nothing has happened on the realm, because I treat this like a second job, apparently. Um, this is what they built instead: secret libraries and aquariums and so on, which I wasn't best pleased with. As we can see here, we have the chest directions, tells you where everything is. So on the left hand side, the top layers, all the stone blocks, foliage and building. The bottom layers, the mob drops, so on and so forth. It was very meticulous. It wasn't. It's really vague in where everything is. And the to-do list, which is create signage across the base, build the railway, which I never did, and then I asked everyone to mine for gold and spruce and redstone and so on. And that was it, really. We never really added more on the to-do list because I think we did most of the things. So we just sort of crossed it off. Back here, we have a secret weed farm because, sure, why not? And then just further into the warehouse. Now, this is probably what lagged my game. So prepare. Oh, okay, no, it stopped. This is the automatic infinite lava farm. As you can see, I made it very ominous with all the lava. But what you do is you'd stand here, and we have a piston feed tape that conveys the lava all around in a circle, which is then filled in from lava dripstones, which is very nifty. We use that as our fuel source rather than coal because this is infinite and coal is not. Anyway, we just have down here the subway, which takes us to little secret spots of not secret, but other notable spots in Scrotville. So we do have the centre, which is just by all the houses and such. So we go through here. Yeah, it takes a little while. So I'll be back. Okay, so we are back, and this has taken us all the way up, and it takes us just back to Lex's house and so on, which was pretty nifty. I will then go back. There is actually a button here; it's hidden, and so ignoring that voice crack, we are back in the subway. This here takes us to the mob grinder, which I actually forgot to show you. I do apologize. I will see you when I get there. Okay, so we are back in the secret room of the mob grinder, which you stand here and mobs fall down. We have a ladder that actually takes you up, so you can actually see where the mobs spawn in from, which is really cool. There's a skeleton jockey that is stuck at the top that won't fall down. But yeah, as you can see, they just all sort of drop in There's 3 layers to it, so there's more chance for mobs to spawn. The spider is it going to fall? I don't. Oh, it's gone. And as you can see here, they all drop down. You get your sword, and you can obviously collect all the loot and spoils. We have a little AFK pod here just to sort of sit in while you're waiting as well. So we'll head back to the subway because it's time to go to the village. Well, shit. Okay, so we are back and we are going to Scrockville Village. Lovely. Okay, that. Oh, shit. And it's fucking raining again. Okay, so we are. Oh my god. We are at the village. As you can see, it's quite a little walk away, so that's why we had the railway set up. We've got these lovely stone villager statues out the front holding torches. With this little hop up sort of style that lets you step over without the villagers leaving. Here is the village. Now they're not doing anything currently because it's nighttime, so let's change that. Okay, so it's daytime. The villagers should wake up and start going about their day. Here they are, coming out of their houses and so on. Lots of flowers. We have a little church here as well for the priest with his brewing stand and a random horse that I guess made it in here. And as you can see, you can always pop up and see around the village as well. It's very, very small, but it's very quaint, very nice and cozy. We have these are the little rooms, but then we have their occupations and their crafting stations all here. So they are all living quite happily. We're, contrary to popular belief, not inhumane when it comes to villagers, as most other Minecraft players are. We are very nice to them. So we've got the farmer man and the fisherman. We've given the story that they are gay for each other, so we do have LGBT representation in our realm. We have the little market stalls out the back here, which they can pop in and store their stock and sell and so on. They don't really do it, but world building's always nice. The walls of the Abbott's Hall, which is a nice little building I just decided to construct for them. They've got their own personal security as well. And to the right here, we have all of their beds. These guys are a little bit more cooped up, but they're monks. They're all chemically castrated, so I know that they're not going to do anything. And the villagers also have the nice little conversational area to discuss their studies and so on. Then just coming into the hall is the studies. We have all of their bookshelves. They like to read and take a look at all the books, and they do all their lectern work and so on, writing their findings of the world. You can then also come up to the top of the quarters and see up here, which is pretty lackluster, really. So that is the village, really. There's not really much else going on. So we will continue with the tour. I'm trying to think of where else we need to go. We actually have the stables and tree nursery back here. So let's go over there. So we are now gliding over all of the nurseries. We actually did the same thing that Belle did in having fences corresponding to the trees. And as we all know, that's just a waste of the trees anyway, but it has to be done. And then just coming back here, we have the other stables. This is where we would breed the horses to basically get the best stats for them, sort of like eugenics of some sort. Just coming out here, we had a fun little parkour course just to show off our moves. I'm going to try and do this all in one go. If I fail, then I will I'll just give up because I must be terrible. So yeah, as you can see, it's just a nice, simple little parkour course that isn't very hard at all, and was very, very fun. Yeah, sure, whatever. So yeah, it just sort of goes up, and there's some water here to protect you, and you can drop down and so on. It takes you back to the lovely little race course we have. And then just coming back here, we actually have the bridge that takes you off into the outer lands, where we can see the lovely bridge that's not really got much support. We'll come back here, as this is the other spot in the rail track that takes you underground. It's not very nice going in, but as you come in, it's all very well built, and this took fucking forever. Lots of granite was spent, as well as spruce and basalt. It does actually come around to a nice little cliffside view, which you can see here. So that is Scrottsville mainland done. We do have a nice little spot further in, which is, well, I say further in, it's further out. So I will be going into the nether to get there. As we all know, one block in the nether equates to 8 blocks travelled in the overworld. So we are in the nether. We have our hallways that take us to either the glacier, the mangrove swamp, the pillager outpost, or to the trial chambers, and so on. There's also a lush cave, and this takes you all down into the nether. We haven't really got much going on, so I'm not going to go there, because I'm sure you've seen the nether before. And then if I keep looking to the left, we will find where we're going. This is it here. So I will meet you on the other side of the nether portal. We arrive at the island of, I don't know actually. But you're probably wondering, what the hell's happened here? I'll get onto that. I'll get onto that in just a moment. But let's have a little walk through. We have some lovely cherry trees that you can walk through. We have camels here. We've got cows, sheep, and chickens, and so on, just to live off of, and crops as well. Two tiers of crops as well. So we have Ebbs's lovely house. This is mostly jungle and cobblestone. It's pretty cool. I forgot to say, we do have our own flag for Scottsville that we try to hold up. I also have my own war shield with the war design on it to be menacing to foes and so on. I will take that off though, because it does obstruct the view. Then just coming through, we have Lily's house. She built a quite bigger house compared to her last one, with not much going on in it, to be honest. This is when we sort of started to peter off with what we were doing, and this was expected to be our storage room. As you can see, didn't get very far. Now we get to the ominous building here. Hold on, no, we don't. I'm lying. You just got pranked. We actually come down to Lex's humble abode with some lovely seating, which lets you sink into the ground and sit by the campfire, which is very nice. Very, very quaint, tiny little house, as you can see, that I think is supported. It's not. It's floating off the edge. Fantastic work. Anyway, as we get up to the ominous tower, we have a happy ghast, which ruins the ominousness of the tower, but that's it. We have some magma water bubbly traps here. This is so if any mobs sort of get onto the moat, they will die, as I didn't want lava there because I thought it was too menacing and it'd take too long to fill up. So this will do. So you come into the tower, very grand entrance with some stairs that take you up to this little platform with a ladder, and this is the end of the tower. It was supposed to be very tall. I wanted to have it like sort of separate as half it, like it's like split in half and floating in some sort of way, but I never did that. So that's how far I got there. But as you can see, this is all glass, as I wanted that to be like a main thing, that the whole thing could be looked at from the bottom all the way up to the top, and you could see either end of it. So at the bottom is actually where I was originally going to build my base. I then decided not to, and I dug this massive hole instead, using some copper that was slowly deteriorating over time, with some lovely quartz as well. But this takes you further in. You have a cave under here with the lava and so on, and it's very cool. This was my underwater little base that I was planning to build, and then decided I can't be bothered. I wanted to build something like without digging into the ground, which I always seem to do. So let's rewind back to when we first got here. We have a absolute fucking ruin of a base, and aptly the rain is here. I'm keeping it on for the pathetic fallacy of this horrible, disgusting base that was built. So Lex has a friend called Ebbs. She's very lovely, and she decided to invite her boyfriend at the time on. Now, this guy, his name was Declan. He was fucking weird. Anyway, we blew up his house when he left because we fucking hated him. So yeah, this is the aftermath of the destruction. It's pretty gnarly, but we wanted to make sure there wasn't much left behind. So yeah. So that actually concludes the first realm. As you can see, it's taken us quite some time to get through. So the next few realms are not as long to get through. So I will see you in the next one. So we're back. We're in the next realm world that we had. As you can see, there's lots to go through. So we are in a town we never named. It's pretty cool. I built this nice little plaza area with some buildings surrounding it, and we started from the middle and worked our way out. So we got bored of the realm every now and then, so we decided, why don't we start a creative world and just build whatever the fuck we want? That turned into a city because I guess yeah, that's it. So we have a few buildings to go through and some residential areas and so on. But just here we have a computer shop with all the little laptops that you can buy, some USB-C cords, wireless mice, and a wireless keyboard and armrest. With the little computer to buy your things, with some storage just around the back here for all of the mice and keyboards and so on. So coming out of there, we then loop back round here to this little office space with sort of sitting and waiting area for meetings and so on, which you can then go on upstairs to see all of the office spaces. It's a very small office. Looking back at it, there's only about 8 laptops, and 2 of those are on the big table for meetings. A nice little outside terrace just to sort of look around and yeah. So coming round the office, we'll ignore that for the time being. Coming around the office, we have a nice little bistro, Italian style and so on, with some lovely carpets. I had like a chalkboard menu sort of thing here that I thought was quite cool, with all the food available on offer on shelves and so on. Little seating spots. The kitchen back here with all the cooking things and the pot wash area and so on. And just a tiny little toilet here with a mirror and a sink with this was supposed to be a toilet roll holder. As you can see, I couldn't get any toilet roll. We'll have the gym and leisure centre with a swimming pool with towels, cool little statue of turtle helmet with the trident just to show how aquatic it is. And just back here, we have the boxing ring. Now, the boxing ring does work. You press the button, it teleports you in and puts you in a survival, and you have slowness, and you just punch each other until you both die. It's very cool. And then you can tap out and leave as normal. Coming up the stairs, we have the sauna, which is very, very smoky, very steamy, and so on. Very, very nice. Then we have the actual weights section, all the benches and mats and so on, with all of that going on, and the racks. And then just here we have the wellness yoga center with the candles on the floor, right next to the yoga mats, because we care about safety. So we come out of the gym and we'll just walk through the plaza as we continue on. This is a lovely little jazz bar sort of restaurant sort of thing. Vape break. This is called Sips and Sounds because I thought it was a very cool name and decided, yeah, let's keep it. Some lovely seating for you and your friends and family to sit by, enjoy some cocktails with all of the brewing stands with those sort of things in there. And then just up top, we have another bar and a nice seating area to see the fantastic live performances that would go on here with a nice skylight as well to bring in some natural lighting. And of course, another rooftop terrace with some obsidian and glowing obsidian to show how fancy it is. I built this all myself. I thought it was a very nice little thing to build up. And then just back here, we have another toilet, of course. So leaving Sips and Sounds, we conclude the current central plaza area, and we can have a little walk into the city. There isn't actually a crossing here, so I could get run over at any point. We have the restaurant with some lovely outdoor seating with some little umbrellas and these nice walls that I've built using chains and signs to give it that sort of fenced effect without it looking like a fence. Um, so coming into the restaurant, we have some nice little waiting areas here to wait to be seated. Is your name on the table? Have you got a reservation? It's fucking Mother's Day and there's 7 of you. We're fully booked. Please fuck off. Anyway, coming in, we have the seating with all the bowls and cups and candles and so on and so forth. And just back here, we have the kitchen as well. It's supposed to be some carrots and cucumbers standing upright, which isn't possible, and some lovely what's it called, little smokers, and this is where food can get passed out, which is right next to where you're supposed to be waited to be seated. So don't worry about the logistics of that because none of this is real. And we then have a kennel. Lex really wanted to build a kennel, so we have all of our lovely dogs here, and they can go and play out in the garden as well. Personally, I wouldn't give such a small area for however many dogs a chance because they're probably all going to start biting each other. So here we have a little block of flats, as they're pretty decent flats. You've got your kitchen, you've got your living room, you've got your bedroom, and you've got your toilet. Most of these are pretty much the same in their design. Again, I just sort of wanted to build something. Okay, no, this one's a little bit bigger. We have some separation here. So you've got your kitchen, and then back here you have your living space and your bedroom and bathroom. Then coming upstairs, I think I tried to make these a little bit bigger. I can't remember. No, these are a little bit smaller. So you have your little hallway with your bedroom and your tiny little kitchen, but it's a 2-bedroom, so go figure, I guess. And then back here we have our other little spot with some nice smaller little living spaces. Bigger bedroom actually. This one is quite nice, and the toilet as well, of course. So that is the flats. Let's move on to the next building. And the next building is rather garish and upsetting, but Lex decided we should have a hotel with very bright lights and vines growing off of it. Whether that shows anything, I don't remember there being an aquarium either. There's an aquarium here. All of the room keys and lockers and so on and so forth are all here with some tables and such, with all of the rooms for um, the hotel guests. Let me get back onto the stairwell. Um, Here we go. So we can follow these stairs all the way up, and we have a rooftop pool. Lex loved a fucking pool, so there's another one up here, which lets you see all of the city as it currently stands. Again, we'll discuss that at some point, but right now, let's ignore it. So, leaving the plaza and coming out the west side, we have some shops just along this road here. We have a little clothes shop with some lovely shoes and such for sale, and some changing curtainy bits here. Obviously, you can see straight through them, as all fucking shitty little dressing rooms are. I'm not a big fan. Anyway, kebab shop, because would there be a town without a kebab shop? Now, the kebab shop, I used the sticky piston here to sort of show stain of vomit, as it's not the nicest looking kebab shop. We have the fryers, we have the doner meats, and we have the menu. Um, so yeah, then there's an odd gizmo trinket doodad shop which sells all the oddities of Minecraft, and is an eyesore just around this corner here. We have the pub called the Crash Out. The Crossed are playing tonight with their lovely banner for their poster. It's a very grungy emo pub with a big dance floor, and the set for the people to play. We've got the microphone, we've got the guitars, we've got the drum set, which I think is really cool. Um, Lily made this, and she was very pleased with it. So we have old moot berries on tap. We got Moretti, and we got Brixton Reliance as well. We've got our rums. We got Kraken, Mount Gay, Jack Daniels, Jameson. What else? Smirnoff and Grey Goose. I think that's just normal water. Oh yeah, we got Malbec, Merlot, Old Moot Berries, Pinot Grigio Rosé, Birra Moretti, Pinot Grigio, and so on. And there's obviously all of those. They all seem to give you funny. So the Merlot and Malbec actually give you instant damage. And we also had a tip jar, of course. I think there's menus, but I don't know where they are. Yes, so we've got the drinks and so on. Water is free, just ask. Food, the main course, spelt wrong. Rabbit stew, mushroom stew, all the food and so on. Desserts, allergen statement, of course, and then oh wow, that is like the entire allergen statement. I will just be putting that back in there. We also had a fun button, the get drunk button. So make sure you're all dizzy and woozy as you're walking around the pub. And dancing around, and of course you black out because you can't handle your drink. So we'll just wait for that to sort of do away with itself. There we go. We still stumble a little bit as we are having a quick hangover. Back here we have the kitchen. So the kitchen has all of the like foods in bundles and such, so you can like hand it out to the customers all together. So sushi, steak, and so on. Little smokers area with bins and so on. And my favourite part about this whole pub is there are no toilets. You will be pissing in an alleyway. We have the back room for the stage, all the old like sets and spares and things going on in there, the speakers and so on. And that is the Crash Out, the pub built by Lily, which is very cool. So just coming up next to the pub, we actually have the housing estate. Again, lots of vines. Lex loved a vine, but we basically built these houses and used a structure block to copy them and place them around. This one's actually got a shed, which I never realised, which is very cool. So all the houses have their own gardens and so on and so forth. It's very, very, very cool. Actually, I think it's quite nice at night time. So let me change the time now. So we are inside the housing estate with Midnight Park, which has all of the lovely amenities, a river going through it, which I'm sure causes health and safety issues for everyone. I don't think these are. Oh no, they are all well furnished. We have our tea towels and so on, and the lovely rooms. I mean, it's definitely not a council estate if you've got a fucking, you know, TV the size of your fucking living room. But there's some little bedrooms you can look out, and it's all very nice. As you can as you can see. I'm sure there must be a toilet in one of these. Yes, here we are. Lovely toilet. Fantastic. So yeah, these are all of the lovely buildings all spread across in this nice area, as you can see. But then we come in to the money room, the casino, and gambling spot. You've got your slot machines going on. You've got your someone's been messing around with these. These are supposed to be the slots where you get your chips and so on, which are the emeralds. Here we've got the roulette table where you place your chips and so on and all that sort of stuff, and a pool table to play pool, of course. So yeah, that's the what's it called? The casino. I use stained glass or tinted glass here, so in daytime it's actually like very very dark as you come in here. Um, so yeah, it sort of lets you forget the passage of time. As you can see, there's no windows. You will waste all your time in there. So coming out of the casino, we then have the little grocery shop that I built with all of the foods. There's barrels of potatoes and gardening and so on going on here. Little conveyor belts with your tills and so on to buy up your groceries. With that, we then come round to a few alleyways where we're going to have some buildings and such which weren't built, and it takes you to McDonald's. Now, as we all know, it's a fucking Macca's. You can do whatever you like. It's got a sink but no toilet, and all of the food. There's some fries on the table there. Fantastic. So that's McDonald's. Let's move on to one of the most ambitious, beautiful buildings in the most beautiful, most ambitious, I'd like to say, the museum. Now, unfortunately, this is not finished. I've just fucked up my DPI, so there we go. So it's not finished, so there's not really much going on inside, but it's a very, very grand building with a beautiful skylight that lets you get that natural lighting coming in. And there was going to be a fantastic exhibition here as well with a dome, which is really quite cool. But again, unfortunately, it was never finished. But it would have been absolutely lovely. The building outside as well, it's very well decorated with these beautiful columns, a little I guess porch side thing here. There was going to be a lot going on out in the fields, but again, it was never finished, unfortunately. So yeah, that's everything going on in the city. The last sort of building, well, remnant of a building. We're going back again to good old Declan. He built the Twin Towers, and yeah, they were garish. He built them all the way out here. He built the Twin Towers, and we blew them up. I think we were going to build a lake here just to commemorate that, but it never came to be. He also started to build sort of like the entire I can't remember where it was. I want to say Nottingham Cathedral. He was going to build an entire cathedral, but that never happened. So that's good, to be honest. So yeah, that's the little city. That concludes the second world of our realms, and I will meet you on in the next one. So, welcome to our next stop on the tour and our final stop. This is the newest realm that we build on. We have got a texture pack on called Actions and Stuff. It's fairly true to the Minecraft look, but it's a little bit more pastel, a bit more cozier. So we are here in the middle of the house area, which has all of our houses and rooms all built in and linked together. Just here we've got Yas's gaff. Not much going on here, to be honest. It's literally okay. Yas has a nice Yas Very cool. This is Lex's room. It's called Pooh because Flynn had a. My friend Flynn just decided that every sign had to say poo on it, so he went around and changed them all, and I guess Lex never changed it back. So she's got her lovely little bedroom here, with her dog and all the lovely living spaces. Um, so yeah, that's those two rooms. We've then got Ebbs's house, which is very cool. It's very cozy, and very well decorated. Lots going on. My frame rate does drop a little bit while we're here, just simply because it's we're using vibrant visuals and this texture pack, which adds all these funky little movements and so on. So coming into this main room, we have the furnaces and so on going up here, and then just down further in we have our chest room. As you can see, lots of chests going on, and a little back entrance and exit for when you need to go through to the other side. Of course, as naturally that would do. More chests. We do have more chests going. Oh shit, going on down here. This is just our little underground spot with all those chests for mob drops, tools, and all that sort of thing goes on here. And then a fab little line block pushing elevator. I think it just sort of freezes me a bit when I stand on that. Let me just do it again. There we go. Lovely. So yeah, that is the house. It's coming up to night time, so I'll just quickly do a quick detour as we come up here. This is Flynn's house. Flynn House. That's not how you spell his name or house. With his chests and shelving going on up here, his bed, and just another little balcony. We have Logan's tower up here that does its thing. And then just coming along, we have another entrance into the furnaces. And just here we have our little look out onto the surrounding area. This was supposed to be a little function room with a shitty table that no one actually likes, I've been told. And up here, a little copper golem looking out through the window. If you come down here and then go round this corner, we have our enchanting room with all the lovely bells and whistles, and our potion brewing area with a cool blue flame heating up that cauldron. Now, just further down, if we come around here, it does take us back into the main entrance. It's a little bit dark, so I will just quickly change it to morning. So sunrise is the best bet. There we go. It will start rising soon. While it's rising, we can come down this little stop here, and we have our lovely lake with mangrove trees surrounding it, just to give it that little bit more cozy vibe. The very cool thing with this texture pack and vibrant visuals is that copper lanterns actually give off a green light, so it's very, very cool. Just here we have our fantastic, wonderful little fisherman stop rest area where you can tie your boat up and talk about your travels and so on. We take this book here and pop it into. Oh shit. Okay, I figured it out. So you move the book there, you put it in there, and it opens this secret little area, which is where we have our nautilus shells who can pop down and then come out into the lake and go do some swimming around, as you can ride them and take them wherever you please. So coming out of the spiral staircase, we do then have a little bridge built by Flynn that takes you to his lovely hobbit house, which he has furnished quite sparsely. But yeah, it's a nice little spot. We can then come round here and down to this the shroom queue. This is where mushrooms were growing in a straight line. So it's like a queue of mushrooms waiting for something. Coming up the steps, you come back just through this underpass by the house. You come back and it takes you to the agricultural farming area of the realm. So we have the horses. This is Flynn's horse called My Horse. This is Noble Steed and his missus. Cranberry, the zombie horse. Get the reference. Gigi, no one. Pooh, the horse, that is actually the name, it's not the sign. Quasimodo, and Maximus, who is my horse, who is very wonderful. So we have our nice little walkways here to go through the fields of wheat, a la Theresa May, and the potatoes and carrots as well. We then have a bone meal grinding station as well, just like the bone mealinator in the first realm, and the mill in the windmill that we have connected with chains and such to make it look like it's actually connected to the mill. So yeah, that's the windmill up there with its lovely sails, which we can actually fly up and take a little better look at, with its lovely roof as well, with the copper rod at the top to get rid of lightning. So, coming around here, we have the barns. I built these by my own design. I was quite happy with how they came out. We've got the pigs and a parrot. We've got cows, we've got sheep, we've got chicken. It's all going on here. And a grain silo as well, just for the looks. Now, it looks like they've changed how the rabbits look in this texture pack, and don't they look wonderful? So this is the rabbit den, and they are all hopping around, being quite happy with themselves, enjoying their space. Now, Flynn also built an ecodome. This is where we deal with our bees. It's got a nice, lovely tree in the centre with some water as well, and all the bees are flying around, enjoying themselves as well. Then just back here, we have the frog area, the frog garden. This is built by myself. I had to dig into the ground to make this quite high walls, because frogs can actually jump quite high in this game. They have their own special frog statue, quite like the first realm, and their own little swimming pool as well. So you come back up here, and that is all of the sort of. Actually, no, hold on. We'll come around this path, which I'm really glad has actually been built. This was never here before, but this path loops back round to our Happy Ghast stables. So the Ghasts, they have their own separate stables and a lovely little what's it called? Hop up here, so you can step on top of the Ghast, open the gates, and then fly out on your adventures. Then following that, we've also got down here the crossroad, aptly named sign, with some axolotls in a little pond with some iron grates here so they don't go further into the river, with a small little walkway here. I guess this got built. I don't know what I actually wanted to do here, so sure, with a tiny little mushroom as well. Now then, this is immense. This is our what's it called? Map room. I will be walking in and giving you a big old walk around here. So as you can see, there is a lot of map going on here. I think it has been extended, so it is a lot bigger than I remember it. But this is where we are in the grand scheme of things. So we're sort of on this island here, and then as this like land that meets around. So yeah, that's where we are currently. Um, and we can see all of the snowy regions, the ocean, all going on around here. We also have another Badlands out in the distance. So yeah, that's the map room. I will just bring my sword back into view as we walk around, and just around here, so around the storage spot, we have just another little underpass that I dodged. This is just under Flynn's house actually. So um, yeah, he's got his little spot here. I completely forgot we have Casa del Paulo here. It looks like Paul has been on and made a few changes. There was a giant car built in the middle here, which I guess he got he got rid of, which is fair enough. So coming round here to the other pathway, we've got the village road, as well as this entrance to the industrial section of the realm. Now, I haven't been on in ages, but there was originally a big building here with a crane that hung over, but I got rid of it because I wasn't a big fan. And over here again, we have our fantastic lava um, generator, which you can use this to do any maintenance as you pop up and then drop into the center to fix the lava, because sometimes it, as you can see, it stops moving, which isn't always the best. So yeah, that's the industrial section, and of course I can't forget we did also have another hole which goes all the way down to bedrock, which I haven't finished just yet. But I wanted it to have, it's very ominous down here, but it's going to have stained glass, so the underneath, or where this bedrock is going to be pitch black, to look quite cool and cavey. I've got plans for fences to sort of go around all of um, these posts as well in the middle, so you don't accidentally fall down. So yeah, nice big spiral staircase. We will actually be coming back into the hole later, because there's something else I want to show you. But over here we have Logan's Tower. Now, Logan is our very strange, very wonderful friend who decided to join us and built this fantastic tower. He's got Rest in Peace Drake, One Dance Too Many. We've got Rest in Hell, Donald Trump, August 27th, 2026. Mark it in your calendars. He is going to die. Rest in Peace, House MD, goated TV show. Rest in Peace, Amy Winehouse, we all miss you. And Rest in Peace, I Justine did not escape the night. Some very strange pop culture references going on in that graveyard. We come into the tower. It's pretty cool. Not entirely much going on the inside, but we will go to the top to see the view. This is his living quarters in the house side of the tower, with some treasure maps, it looks like, which is quite cool. All of his chests and storage, which is quite horrifying as it's all just uh, splayed out with no labeling. But I'm sure he has his own sort of system. His bedroom's up here. This is very nice. You can again look out and see what's going on in the world. And then just as we continue, there's two stairways that take you up to the tower. We'll go on the outer side because it's a lot nicer to see the sky, and it doesn't hurt my wrist as much to constantly turn around. So coming up to the top here, we have the entrance. There we go, and it just takes you up, and we have some more crafting and so on. A lovely dog painting, very wonderful, and you can look out and see the world. It's very, very lovely, and I'm a big fan. So, following all of that, we now come back down out of the tower, and it looks like there's a little building here. This is new. What's going on? Oh, a little fisherman's rest. Fantastic. Always nice to see. So yeah, that's everything on this sort of main island. I will just quickly, while we've got the sun coming down, we can get a nice view of the um, windmill with the sunset in the background. Very, very nice. So as night falls, we are going to drop into the hole real quick, as there is somewhere I'd like to show you. Now, where is the entrance? Here it is. This is the massive cave underneath our house. It's yeah, it's pretty big. Um, but we have another little railway system here. I'm not going to bore you with another railway system, but it goes through the caves. There's two ways. Obviously, you can go through the railway, or you can walk along, and this follows that path as well. And then it comes out at our fantastical little skeleton grinder, which I built myself. It has the storage in barrels here for all of the things, and then a blue fire for any things you want to burn. As you come up here, we have the skeleton spawner, which you can see is working its magic. At some point, mobs will spawn. There we go. So the skeletons will actually go down, and then they will follow a bubble column that goes all the way up. It pushes them along, and then they sit at the top, waiting for a piston to be pulled, which if I pull down to release, any moment now, we have skeletons. So the reason for the release piston is simply because mob spawners don't work if there's too many mobs near it, as it obviously would think it's lagging the game. So what it does is it sends all of these skeletons up into a sort of holding area at the top. I'm in creative already. I meant to go to spectator. There we go. So this holding area at the top, they all get stored here. The lever then activates all these redstone torches that then opens up the piston. They'll then drop down and be ready to be attacked. Unfortunately, the copper golems have actually solidified, so they're not doing the work they usually do. But what happens is once you kill the mobs, their stuff gets collected, goes into the copper chest, and the copper golems will sort it into the respective chests, which are then linked to the barrels. So we then have a little exit here that takes you out further into the cave, as Lex said it would be nice to have that. So I thought, yeah, sure, do whatever you like. Coming out, we can then actually drop down into this little bit here that takes us to a trial chamber, one of the naturally spawning dungeons, where we get all of our funny loot from. So yeah, that's the mainland, all completed. Okay, so we'll be just back here at the Hobbit house. You can actually come up these steps, and there was actually a Tesco built here, a giant fucking Tesco. I'm so glad it's gone, because it was right next to this lovely village, or Flynn Town, as Flynn called it, where, as you can see, it's not finished, and I don't think it ever will be, because Flynn doesn't play anymore. Yeah, so this was the little village. We had a very cool um, town hall. There's a butcher's here, with a fridge at the back going on. So yeah, that's the village. So we'll circle back to the crossroads as we go and visit Japanland, which is further south into the realm. Now we have some lovely um, banners going on here, pandas out and about, and it looks like there's something built over here. Another little fox garden, of course. I'm sure this was built by Ebbs, and I'm sure, yes, it does have a nice little hut for them to, oh, hut, bleh. You know what I mean? It's one of those for them to sleep in. Back here, what have we got back here? We have got the brown pandas, very rare. So we've made the most of those little fellas in this little area. And I think this is a cat cafe. Yes, I guess with the seating down here and everything. Pretty cool. And then you can come back here for more cats. And this one is fast asleep with his head in the ground. Very, very sweet. So coming back from that path, we'll go down to the main path, which takes you to a nice little lake with some more salmon and some floating candles, a Torii gate, and then just up here, I think there's a moon statue that Lex built. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, that's there with some water. And here is the Japanese village, which is very cool. It has a beautiful pagoda built up there, and you can come round and have a little look inside with the baby donkey. I don't know what he's doing there. Um, with all these little houses with the villagers inside. I think they're mostly fishermen and farmers, which I think is quite sweet. They have their own little fishing boats set up out here as well, which you can actually sit in if you do this, which I think is really cool. So yeah, that's the village as it stands. And a great big gong as well, which you can hit, makes a big sound. And I think all the villagers then shit themselves. Yep, look at them panicking and running away. Fantastic. We can go into the pagoda. There's all the storage and everything for while there. Lex and Ebbs were building the place. So yeah, and you can look out onto the lovely scenery. So coming back down, we can leave the pagoda, and I don't think we can actually go anywhere from here. No, it is all walled off, so we'll come back round. Now, I guess it's not all linked up, so let me see, because there is, yes, here we are, a little wellness area, another Tory gate, and some water features going on as well. I think it's supposed to be a hot springs, but with the next update, they're actually adding hot springs, so that'll be quite cool to see. This, I guess, is some sort of house that isn't finished. Looks like they're out of concrete, but yeah, I think that pretty much concludes the tour of all the worlds. I hope you've had a wonderful time. I need to now edit this all down. I'm sure this is going to take fucking forever. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and enjoy your Wednesday night dinner.